Hello, this is Darlinda McTuck, and I'm making a video today to show you how you can find some iPad apps. So what you're looking at right now, this is actually my iPad being shown via my computer, so you can actually see my iPad here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead into the App Store and just show you a couple little tricks here on how you can find some apps in the App Store. Let's just give this a minute. You can see it coming up now. All right, so we're in the App Store now on the iPad, and along the bottom you can see some different categories. Featured, which is the blue star there, top charts, explore, purchased, and updates. We're currently in the featured section of this, and you'll notice up in the left-hand corner we can click on the blue word categories there, and I'm going to go ahead and choose education. And if I tap on education, you'll see now this is going to change. So everything here is now related to education. So you can see that I can scroll down and see different collections. So if I wanted apps for preschool and kindergarten, I could tap on that and it would give me a collection there. I can see literacy. So categories within categories. If you look up in the corner there, right-hand corner, you'll see a little search box. So let's say I wanted to search for maybe some apps having to do with decimals, so I can just type in decimals and hit search, and then what's going to come up is a search on decimals. Now you'll notice some of them say get, some of them have the little cloud with the arrow, some of them have a price. Again, if you see the word get, it's free. If you see the little cloud with the down arrow, that means I've already purchased it. It's no longer on the device, but I can go ahead and click that little cloud and it would load back on. I'm just going to go ahead and tap the word get. You'll notice that it changes to install. So if I went ahead and clicked on install, it would prompt me to sign in and I could go ahead and get that. Instead, I'm going to click on the title of the app. When I click on the title of the app, you'll notice some information comes up. It says details, reviews, and related. So these are the details, and I can go ahead and scroll down through there and I can see details about this particular app just to see, what's going on with this one. I can see a description, I can see some screenshots. If I tap on the center one where it says reviews, it'll actually tell me what people think about it. This one doesn't appear to be too popular. And I can click on related, which can help me find other apps that are the same as this app. Okay, so to get out of here, I just click like where you see the gray area, and that will go away. Okay, now notice up along the top it says iPad only. If I tap on that, what will happen is it should allow me to choose between iPad and iPhone because you can put iPhone apps on your iPad. As far as price, if I tap on that, I can make it go ahead and search for free ones for me. So I could say free, so it'll get rid of all those ones that had a price tag. I can go to all categories. Again, I can choose education. I can go by relevance, which relevance means, of course, does it have decimals in the title? Or I can even go by popularity. All right, no worries. So by popularity. Okay, so that's how you can search for things in the App Store. Again, I'm showing you my iPad app by using an app called Reflector. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this so we don't have to worry about that. That will go away. All right, now, just in case for some reason you don't have your iPad, or maybe you're just away from your iPad or whatever, you can actually just go into iTunes on the computer. And when you get into iTunes on the computer, you'll notice you can actually go to the App Store. Okay, so when you get in there on your computer, you can just go to the App Store right there on your computer. And if you go ahead and tap on that, then what happens is you actually get into the App Store. And again, you should see, here's a search box up here in the right-hand corner. You could go ahead, I could also type in the word, decimals in here, hit return, and go ahead and see what comes up there. And again, you can see some of those same apps. So I can go ahead and search also in iTunes on my computer if I needed to. So we'll just come out of iTunes. All right. Now, I am going to show you some websites here of some different places that you can go to find apps. Now, this particular website that I'm looking at right now is called Graphite. So again, Graphite, just as you're thinking it sounds, it would be graphite.org. Okay, so graphite.org is where you can actually go to find some different apps. Now let me just show you some tricks about graphite.org. Now notice it does say that you can sign in or sign up. You can certainly do that, but the nice thing is you don't even have to do that to be able to search the website. So if you look right up along the top here, you'll notice you see reviews and ratings, top picks, Common Core Explorer, lesson flows, Teacher Center, boards, and blog. So let's start. I'm going to go to this Common Core Explorer. I'm just going to tap on that. What's kind of cool about this is you can go to math and language arts. I already did a little something with math, so I'm going to choose language arts. I'm going to go to 8th grade language arts. Notice when I get in here, sure, I just have to resize my window here just a smidge. There we go. Okay. So when I go to 8th grade, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. So for example, I could go to writing. One thing I should say is that graphite.org not only does apps for the iPad, but it also reviews education games and also websites. So what I'm going to do is notice right here are the standards. So I can just scroll down through. And here's one that says, conduct. This one right here is talking about conducting short research projects. So I'm going to go ahead and see what that one has going on. I can just click on that little arrow here. The nice thing is, so here's the standard, this W8.7. Notice it labels them too. Here's an app, here's a game, here's a website. So what that does is it gives you all these different resources directly related to that standard. But again, it is iPad app, so it's a nice place to go. But it's also games and websites. I'll just go back to the top here. I'm going to click on reviews and ratings. And there are some, again, there's some highlights for the week that I could certainly check out. I can also just go up here to the search. And maybe I'm going to look for, I don't know, I'll just type in chemistry. Just be kind of broad there and see what comes up. Here we have Bill Nye the Science Guy. We'll click on this one. And again, when this comes in, you can see that it's giving us a review on this, but it's all related to what's in the classroom. So you can see we have, pedagogy here. Is it even good for learning? How can the teacher use it? So again, all in the context of the educational setting. Okay, so that was we looked at Common Core Explorer, reviews and ratings. All right, so that was a good place to start. Let's go on to Appatic. You can see this website right here, of course, is Appatic. This is actually done by different educators who have been chosen to be Apple Distinguished Educators. But you'll notice when we come in, we can go to Themes. So we can click on Themes, and then notice we can go to Apps by Subject Area. So again, we can just go to Apps by Subject Area. And when we come in here, notice we have our different subject areas. So if we wanted to go into maps for social studies, we could click on that, and we could come in and we could look at some, we could find all these different apps that have to do with social studies, maps. Okay, so that's Appatic. Oh, and when you find them, so for example, if I want to look at this 3D National Parks Light, I can click on that, and it will tell me some information about that. And then notice it does say available on the App Store, and again, that would take me whether I'm on my computer or I'm, on my iPad. It will go ahead and it would open up the iTunes Store. Okay? And then the last one I want to show you, this one is actually, it's tcea.org/iPad. So tcea.org/iPad. Now, when you come into this one, you'll notice that we have different content areas on the top. Like you can see math and science and social studies and so on. So again, we could go ahead and or even special needs. So we'll click on special needs. Now notice when we come in here it actually gives us more categories. You can see like general special needs, autism, and so on. Anything that's shaded is free. So again, I could click on any of these. This one's for early language development, and it should open this up and give me some information about this particular app. So again, this one's organized by categories. All right, so we started out, we were looking at the iPad in the iTunes store. I showed you how to search in there a little bit. Then we went to the three websites, which the three websites were apatic.com, graphite.org, tca.org/iPad. So again, those are just some tips for how you can find apps for your iPad.